Welcome back to my channel. So this video is starting out with my packages arriving from my vendor. So these are my new containers, which you will see in the next video. So this video is pretty much about my new workspace. I just cleared out a little bit of storage, and then I went out with my mom to try and get a new table, which we did, and shout out to her because she knows how to get good quality stuff at a reasonable price. So yeah, this is the table and it cost £50, and then the rest was just to deliver it to my new workspace. So it had some glue and sticky paper still on the table because it hadn't been cleaned yet by the time I bought it, and I read somewhere that you could use WD-40, so I was like, yeah, let me give that a try. Actually, what I should have done is taken off the sticky glue, sticky papers all over the table, taking them all off first before using a spray. But I have seen people just put the spray on and then gradually just take everything off. But I think it would have been a little bit easier for me to do it the other way around, which I didn't, but I learned. Anyway, it worked really well, and I just used the sponge to just scrape things off, and most of it just came off easily, actually, just came right off, and it left a nice sheen on the table. So I used it from the entire table, but mostly focusing on where the residue and the sticky glue papers were. I also read somewhere online that you shouldn't use it on wood because it can take off some of the wax, which is supposed to preserve and keep the wood looking good and last longer. So I definitely had to clean it off after I finished using it, so I did wipe it down as well. So I just wanted to let you know, just in case you think of doing that in the future. So this is my new workspace. It cleaned the entire space. I haven't done the floors at this point, but I did go back in and clean the floors and the walls before moving my things in. As you can see, I'm starting out with my packages and just some essential things that I needed, like gloves, tissue paper, wipes, just antibacterial wipes and things like that. And here I am unboxing just a few things that I need in the workspace, including a new kitchen scale. And I actually, oh my god, this shelf I will never ever build again, but this is me building a shelf that I really needed. So yeah, this took the better part of the entire day, I kid you not, and I am not a handyman, so this was new to me and I will never ever DIY again, just to let you know. But in the end, it actually came out pretty nice. I did a good job. I'm so proud of myself. So this is what it looks like at the moment. I'm just going to move it into the correct place, and then I'm going to put the wooden table part of the shelf on. So yeah, I got this from Amazon and it cost about £20, and I think that's the shelf and for the delivery, and I think it took about a week to come, or just under a week to come. So it wasn't delivered by Amazon themselves, I don't think so, because I didn't accept the delivery when it came in. So yeah, this is what that looks like, and it looks pretty good, pretty neat. It's high enough, there's enough storage for me, and the plan was for me to get another storage. So I wasn't sure if I was going to get another storage, but I just thought, somewhere to put my products on once I finish making them, because this is really just for my tools and equipments and stuff like that. So yeah, this is what I'm doing at the moment. Tons of boxes that still need to be opened, and these are just ingredients and stuff like that. I also got this temperature and humidifier humidity measurement thing, which would be really useful for me. And then the next thing I did was go to Toolstation. I've never been to Toolstation. I always go into Screwfix, which I've only been in once or twice anyway. And I got a little radiator, and then I went to IKEA. I picked up what's supposed to be my new shelf, but I've decided not to DIY that and leave that up for when I have the time, because I may also be moving out of this workspace in the next couple of weeks or months. I'm not too sure. So I've decided just to leave that on open until I'm sure what to do with it. So I got this rack from IKEA as well, and it's something I can just put like hot melted body butter or hot things on without like scalding the table, damaging it. And here I've used my buggy to pull in a few things, because yeah, it was just kind of like lots of little things all over the place, and it was just easier to put them in there. And so that was useful. And now I'm putting some of my ingredients on the shelf. There isn't any sun usually getting to the back of the workspace room, so I'm not worried about damages caused by sunlight. And actually I have rearranged everything a little bit more, so my ingredients are at the back and there are other products and things in front of it, so it's not going to get any sunlight. I'm just cleaning a little bit of the tools, and I've got some cleaning essentials as well that I'm just keeping on top of the shelf whenever I need them. But just in case anything spilled whilst I was moving my things in here, I'm just going to give everything a wipe, which is very like me, because I will be so irritated if things become sticky or everything spills, because these ingredients are usually quite expensive, and so I don't want any of that problem. I'm making sure everything is, you know, in its right place. And here I've got some of my colorings in my car, and of course, you know, these spill everywhere. They're notorious for literally staining any and everything, so I always make sure like I wipe the surface whenever I'm using colorings and micas in my formulations and my products, because yeah, that can get real messy real quick. So here I'm just putting my big mixer machine like head in there. I do have a bigger one, but I'm not going to bring it in here because I don't actually need it. Something went wrong with the mixer bowl itself, so that's another story for another day. So this is just actually the smaller one of the two that I have. And yeah, it's time to take out the radiator, which was a bit of a headache. I literally had to like throw it on the floor and do it upside down to be able to get most of it out, and then I put it upright from there. So of course someone else came in here to help me put the bottom bits of the radiator on, which was like the legs. And yeah, this is what the shelf looks like at the end. I'm so proud of myself, but you know, never again, because this took way too long. But this is what it looks like. And if you want to see my video about my unboxings, make sure you check my next video, which will be out in the next couple of days or within the week. And I'll see you guys in my next video. I hope you enjoy this. Leave a comment, like, and share. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do. Bye bye.